Kills.
This is Jared back at it again for another episode of Bikini Bottom Banter.
Yes, sir.
And today we did Dying for Pie and Imitation Krabs. So Dying for Pie. I'm just going to start off, I love this premise.
Yes. Good episode. Great episode.
So Squidward is being Squidward. And essentially, it's National Brotherhood Day at the Krusty Krab. SpongeBob gets Squidward a sweater made of eyelashes, and Squidward has the dilemma of trying to come up with a gift. Randomly, he finds these pirates that are behind the Krusty Krab loading a thing of bomb pies.
Right, they're bombs that are shaped and they look and they probably smell like pies.
Yo, the way that he describes it, oh, these aren't pies. They're from a factory. A bomb factory. They're bombs. Like, he had to spell this out. Like,
bro.
Yo,
granted, he came up with $25 or however much money he had.
$25 for a pie.
And he was like, yeah, I still want to buy the bomb. Like, we told you these are bombs. Why do you want to still buy it?
Yo, they couldn't even get the flavor right. Apple had that raspberry.
Right. They all said different flavors.
So, when buying the pie, he leaves it in Mr. Krabs' office. They have Mr. Krabs goes to try and eat the pie, but he realizes it's a bomb. They get blown out to the back of the Krusty Krab. SpongeBob comes in and eats the pie, and Mr. Krabs and Squidward are under the impression that because SpongeBob ate the pie, when it hits his lower intestine, he's going to die. So Squidward wants to make SpongeBob's last day on Earth a meaningful one and do everything he wants on his little list.
Nice little deed after killing your friend.
Legit, it's like, he went in. You want a sunset, you'll get a sunset.
Yeah.
Like, the list. So you find out after doing the outlandish things on the list, like open heart surgery, going around town in Bikini Bottom with a salmon suit, like wearing him as a face, that the final thing is watching the sunset with his best friend.
Yeah.
And it turns out that SpongeBob never ate the pie. He just had it in his back pocket so that they could share it later, which I think arguably goes into favorite joke, where he trips on the rock and throws it in Squidward's face. That atomic bomb explosion and the sound effect that boom, oops, boom.
Definitely favorite joke.
Hands down.
Yo.
That makes everybody... we were both in, tears. Successfully. And we saw it twice.
Because it was the fact that he tripped and that was just like... The pie was all in Squidward's face. He was gone.
All you hear is a silent after it's all over. Ow.
Yeah.
Damn.
All right, so now we can get into the list, man.
All right, so...
What's your favorite jokes?
So, for sure that... There was a subtle joke, and my wife actually mentioned this too. Like, the bumper sticker that Squidward has when he goes into work literally says, "Don't ask me about my day." I'm just like... It's also the first time that Squidward is driving a car to the Krusty Krab, which only tells me that he really was not about it today. You always see this man walking, riding a bike.
Riding his bike, yeah.
He said, "I'm taking the car." Where he even has the car, I don't know.
Yeah, right. What else?
The pirates are crazy. I had that in there as well. The bomb is still the favorite joke.
Yeah, that's my absolute favorite joke.
What about you? Just have that one?
No. It's the one, a bomb factory, they're bombs.
Yeah.
Where is it? Of course, the end. Then in the beginning, with the Brotherhood meeting or whatever, SpongeBob gives Squidward 2 sweaters. One, it was it was supposed to be a wool sweater, but it was made from his eyelashes.
Yep.
So Squidward's all itchy and stuff, and he rips it off of him, and he's like, "Oh, get this out of my face!" Then the next second, Where he tried to walk out. Squidward tried to walk out of the.
He tried to leave for the day.
Oh yeah. He tried to take a day off. And then he opens the door, and then SpongeBob appears in the door with another sweater, and he was like, "How about this, Squidward? I made this one for my tears." And he's literally holding a sweater made out of tears. That was funny. Later on, this is what's it called? Squidward buys the pie from the pirates, and he brings it back to Mr. Krabs, and then he tries, to eat it, right? So he takes a little piece of the pie, and he's about to eat it. He's like, "Wait, this could go good with some milk." He trips over something, and then a piece of the pie explodes him, right? And then he was like, "Wow, you tried to kill me over New Age management." Yo! He thought he tried to kill him over the Brotherhood meeting and the gift giving and all that stuff. And then after they blew up, they thought SpongeBob ate the pie, and then he was like, "Oh, you had to kill him. He cries you a sweater.
Sweater
so you kill him."
Oh, hold on. I've seen this. You've seen this before 11 times, actually.
Yeah, and then he goes to the hospital. The hospital's like, "What? 11 times?"
Mr. Krabs' face is so stoic. He's just like,
yo. And that makes me wonder, like, yo, what type of life did Mr. Krabs live?
He was in the war, man. He's probably seen, like, up and down.
So he's Navy. So because they're underwater, he's Navy?
Yeah, I would assume he's probably Navy.
Man, I wonder. But who did they give the pie to? Who ate the bomb pie?
The rest of it?
Is the question. Is that a war tactic? Or?
Well, that would be treacherous. It would be like the Trojan horse, where it's just like,
oh, it's a peace treaty.
It's a peace treaty, a pie. It's just like, for those of the younger viewers who don't know or not historic buffs, Trojan horse was given as a gift, and they were actually hiding in it, and they attacked.
Anyway, Troy, right?
Yeah, it was Troy. Yep. But yeah, they probably gave him a thing of pies, and they were like, "Yeah, go ahead and eat it." And they were just blowing up.
That's cold.
Fish is blowing up.
That is cold.
Over here, blowing up like landmines, man.
Yeah.
But I think the we were really debating over the meme-worthy moment, because it was like pulling teeth with this one.
It is odd enough that this episode is funny, but you gotta like. I had to dig for the meme-worthy moment.
Yeah, same. I put the wall shot when they're watching the sunset, because I had to Google search it because I was like, I really can't think of one that stuck out, but I definitely saw one where it was that wall shot where they're looking at the sunset. It's like, oh, like when you're quarantining or something. So like a post-pandemic one.
Okay,
so
yeah, I have seen that one. Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. What about you? What did you have?
This is when. Again, this is right after SpongeBob supposedly eats the pie. And then, Mr. Krabs like, "Oh, I've seen this 11 times, da-da-da." And he's like, Squidward's like, "What? Oh, I'm going to make this day memorable. I'm going to fill him with love. So much he'll drown in it.
Yo.
Drown in it. Drown in it."
He was going in.
So I would say that's the meme-worthy moment.
All right. Now, this is the difficult one. What you would change, because I love this premise. This is hands down like a solid premise. What would Squidward do if he knew that SpongeBob, arguably his friend / annoyance enemy, was gonna die? Man, and that's a good dilemma. It's like, wow, I always thought that was interesting as a kid. I still think it's interesting now. But the concept of the pie is the thing I would change.
See, and I don't think I would change anything, because I feel like there's a good episode. Right. But my thing is like, yo, why would you buy that bomb? Why would you buy that?
How did it survive his back pocket?
That too. Yeah.
Because according to when Mr. Krabs tripped and like it blew up. Like it seems like if it touches any surface, it blows up. Same thing with Squidward's face. In the end, it blows up. So you would think that after it touches his back pocket, like it would just blow up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would kind of like. I don't want to get too technical with the pie and the science of it, but I feel like they should have at least said like, okay, well, if it's like. If you get to the cream filling, or if this gets like mixed together, like it blows up.
Yeah.
It's like that cliche. You remember I was a kid, like what is it? The Mentos with like the soda. You shake it, and then it's like
it'll be like as strong as like a rocket or whatever.
Right.
Or like, it'll explode in your stomach if you drink it.
Right. That theory.
No, that's the Pop Rocks, I think. Right.
Pop Rocks. I've never.
No, that's the Mentos. Is that Mentos?
I thought it was Mentos. I would never.
Drinking Pop Rocks with soda.
Pop Rocks. With
like
soda.
say if you eat the Pop Rocks and then drink some soda after, and then the carbonation and all that stuff will cause you to like blow up, and like like the snappiness of the Pop Rocks. So yeah, that was like the what's it called, the urban legend.
You'll never catch me trying that.
No, I never tried it to this day.
I refuse.
Yeah, first off, they don't even sell Pop Rocks anymore.
Wonder why? Because Timmy did it, and look what happened.
Well, R.I.P. Pop Rocks and R.I.P. Candy cigarettes.
Oh, that's right, candy cigarettes.
Man, I thought I was the man.
But yeah. All right. Any final thoughts?
No.
I'm ready for this.
I just love that ending when he just. My God, it was like just full on pie bomb to the face. It was so egregious.
I think it also is added with like that vintage looking like video of the atomic bomb explosion. Like they didn't have to go that in. That was like an atomic bomb explosion.
Right. That bomb was that powerful?
I think so. That footage they reuse in a couple episodes whenever they do like an atomic bomb explosion. But there's actually a theory out there that was like when.
And then why are you pulling that stuff up with just rope in a bag?
Right, like when they could clearly like if it drops like that.
And it's over with.
That's it. Pirates are dead.
Crazy.
I don't know if you.
That joint would have blew up like the whole earth. It was a bag full of bombs, like a giant burlap sack bag full of bombs. Like that was crazy.
I don't know if you knew this or not, but that shot, the video footage, there's like a theory. I think that was like the Hiroshima like explosion. Yeah. But apparently when they did it, or it was a test explosion. I don't know if it was Hiroshima, but it was a test.
Bikini Atoll?
Right. Yeah. That. And that's the theory that.
How it was created. So
the theory is that because it was there. That's why Bikini Bottom is Bikini Bottom, and the fish, because of the nuclear activity, they became alive. I'm like, wow.
They became alive. That's funny.
The genesis of Bikini Bottom. Yeah. All right, I'm ready for Imitation Krabs.
Let's do it.
All right, so Imitation Krabs. So Plankton's up to his usual antics of trying to get the Krabby Patty secret formula. This time he's getting robotics into it. So he first builds a suit of a random customer, who tries to persuade SpongeBob with $1 million if he just gives him the secret formula. SpongeBob, being SpongeBob, doesn't do it. Mr. Krabs catches him. So then his next robot is imitating Mr. Krabs. A 1-to-1 scale replica of Mr. Krabs.
That was a great plan.
It is a great plan.
That was a great plan.
Classic episode. So he wreaks havoc on the Krusty Krab. He sends Squidward off on, you can go home, take the rest of the day off. Because Squidward loved this scene. Right when he's in the kitchen, he's like, I am Mr. Krabs, your boss, your ruler, your mentor. He's like, ha, with the smoke coming out. You're not Mr. Krabs.
Right. Squidward was just like, he basically should have been like, Plankton,
get out of here.
What are you doing? Right. that's he knew it.
Yeah, but the moment he said, why don't you take the rest of the day off? Whoa,
he said, whoa, Mr. Krabs, sure, yeah.
No, he even did the hand thing like, Mr. Krabs.
Oh my God, no, he put the company in jeopardy.
Plankton.
For a day off.
Yup.
Dang.
Quit.
Just quit.
See,
Bro,
Squidward needs
just quit.
He needs the job. He needs that dough.
See, but does he though, or does he just need it to complain? Then he would have nothing to complain about.
That's a good. I don't know. Yeah, Squidward really after
He
like
seems
the
like
last
one of
episode
those.
and this like just find a new job.
See, he's one of those because he's that person that has been there for 30 years that complains about everything.
Put it in the comment if there's a later episode in the series where he does this. Why haven't they done an episode where Squidward just gets another job?
See, that's not what I thought you were gonna say.
But it would have made sense. He gets another job and he's like, I actually do miss like the Krusty Krab.
Yeah.
Like obviously he's gonna go back, but like
or make an episode where he like actually loves his job, where he actually likes being at the Krusty Krab.
That would go against Squidward though. I don't know.
Yeah.
But all right, so Imitation Krabs comes in here, Plankton as the robotic Mr. Krabs. Gets the real Mr. Krabs out of there. There's a lot of Mr. Krabs in this episode. He gets him out of there because he sways him with a penny. Mm-hmm. And from that point, he just has to get under SpongeBob's skin to get him to reveal the Krabby Patty secret formula, ultimately leading to the real Mr. Krabs coming back and SpongeBob giving both of them a test of who's the real Mr. Krabs by asking them a series of questions. Yeah. So, and obviously because it's Plankton, he fails because he puts a self-destruct coin slot in the robotic suit, which makes no fucking sense.
And then this is going to be a change-up. That's what I would change about the episode.
Really?
Why? You went to college, you're smart.
Right.
You're smart, smart man or whatever, and you got... you've done this before. You know what I mean? It's like, why would you even build a self-destruct
on the outside?
On the outside.
That's what I'm saying. Like, not even on the inside.
Or just buy one to begin with. Why would you even buy one to begin with?
Yep.
Or make one. Create one.
And it's exactly a penny. The most common denomination of money everywhere. So it's like, okay.
Yeah. That's something I would change because I just feel like that was just a dumb cop out.
I had that in my notes too. Like it was just like I feel like it was a cop out premise. Yeah. They really could have just ended it with like Plankton not knowing the questions.
Right, yeah, right, and it would have been, just a regular episode.
Right, that would have been like, and then the robotic Mr. Krabs is out there getting the TARDIS. Like, it kind of would have been like, all right, either way, the ending is the same, but...
Right.
I don't know. I agree that was a dumb...
Right, it would have been cliche, but it wouldn't have been dumb.
Right, exactly. This is like, but... On the flip side, if it wasn't for Imitation Krabs, we wouldn't have one of the most iconic meme-worthy moments.
We might as well go on and say it.
Meatball, spaghetti over meat, ravioli, raspberry. You don't think that's it?
Not that part.
What do you think it was? Really?
1000%. Ravioli. Give me the formioli.
Have you ever?
Come on, bruh.
All right. I think they're both up there. I think they're both on the same.
Because people, I say the ravioli because nobody knows the song like that.
All right. Well, I don't know if you heard about this, but there was a remix of the song Black and Yellow. Yeah. Where he mixed it with the ravioli, give me the. Have you heard that? Like,
yeah, I heard it.
It's actually lit. Like I'm just like, wow.
Yeah. I have to watch it again. It's been a little bit, but yeah, I heard it before.
Hilarious.
He's like ravioli.
Formioli. And we are working a little backwards, but what were some of your favorite jokes?
Jokes? I had a couple, man.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I had a list.
So the first go round, where Plankton, comes as the guy with the $1 million, big $1 million check or whatever. It's like, hey, you just tell us what the super formula is and you'll win $1 million. So, SpongeBob was like, oh no, I can't tell you, So what's the name gets mad. Plankton gets mad and he jumps out of the head of the robot. So Mr. Crab comes and he's like, Plankton. He's like, crabs. Plankton. Crabs. He's like, SpongeBob.
Yo.
I just wanted to be included. Yeah. And then, the day after or whatever, because, he came out of the head of the robot, SpongeBob is now on edge and looking, at the customers to be like, okay, Plankton, because, Squidward was like, listen, Plankton could be anywhere. You know what I mean? I don't think that was the first time he ever said that either. He
said it before.
Yeah, like he could be anywhere.
But the rando customer, I wonder what's in that scene.
Yeah. I forgot what he had said to cause SpongeBob. So he's, eating with his homie or whatever, and he's like, oh, I wonder what's, the secret formula of this Krabby Patty. Then out of nowhere, this alarm just goes off, and then SpongeBob is right there. And then he's like, aha, Plankton. And so he tries to rip his head off, but the head does come off, but it's not Plankton. It's an actual
fish with a small head.
It's an actual customer with a smaller head. Yeah. So it was like a mask helmet type thing.
He said everybody at the heads clinic said
right.
Nobody would notice.
He said nobody would notice at the head enhancement clinic. So I guess his head was too small for his body.
That's what I'm saying. He got plastic surgery over his head.
Oh,
you're not
my
gonna
God.
That thing came off.
That is freaking funny.
He literally was like a Lego with that head. It was like
right.
like that thing said.
He said, the people at the head enhancement clinic said no one would notice. What else? When they catch Plankton the first time, he flings him, across from the Krusty Krab to the chum bucket. Famous line. I went to college.
You know what I love about that though?
What?
Like consistently through the new SpongeBob show, because even in the Camp Coral and like in every appearance, he always is like college.
Is he? Oh, like he's like, oh, I want to go to college.
Yeah, but even in the Camp Coral series, he's like, I'm working here, but I'm also going to community college. I'm just like, man, Plankton.
Wait, so he's way.
Oh yeah, he's 100%.
Oh, because he's what's the name's age.
Yeah, he's Mr. Krabs' age. He's close to that age. So it makes sense, but I'm just like, wow, like that's really consistent.
He was doing community college.
Like he really is consistent. He holds that over Mr. Krabs. He's like, I went to college.
Wait, he was doing community college when they was babies?
Well, during Camp Coral, like I think they're
because they seem older. Mr. Krabs seems older than that, way older than that.
I think he is. See, I don't know what age they really are because. There's also
they seem like
they're close.
If we're saying that it's the current 2004 or whatever year we're in with the season, Mr. Krabs at least he acts like
he's like
a 50 or like a 50, like
a veteran.
He would have he did his thing in like the 60s and stuff.
Plankton seems like he's a normal adult, like maybe in his 30s.
And right, he seems younger.
But then again, theoretically, SpongeBob is also an adult.
Because he's more tech savvy and stuff like that. So,
but he also has his own business, and he was, when Mr. Krabs was like young, he was also there. So it's like,
yeah, but also think about Mr. Krabs' first dollar though. You know what I mean?
Well, we'll see. I don't know. I mean, like,
I wish they would have established that more.
Yeah, maybe. I know there's the Friend or Foe episode where they do their background and everything, or like their history for how they do it, but maybe later on in the series there's another one. Yeah. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. Another funny joke I was going to say is when Plankton does do the penny, Mr. Krabs was going gaga over that penny. The music, the love, where you going? They played the risque.
What decade music is that? 1940s maybe?
I don't know. Like
30s?
Yeah, it's like some ragtime.
It's something like that. It's like, yeah. I would say 1950s.
50s? Alright, yeah, I can see that.
Because, ooh, hot mama.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yup.
They're playing that like, oh, God.
She's wearing jeans.
I saw her ankle. She's wearing jeans is hilarious.
Yo, I could see a bra strap.
Yeah, right.
He said,
"Where you going, beautiful?"
I want. If I had a time machine, that'd be the ultimate joke. Take somebody from the 50s and be like, "Let me just bring you to present day when girls."
Bro, could you imagine? Could you imagine if you take like a black man from the 50s who used to be going to the juke joints and stuff like that?
Right.
You bring him to today, and you bring him to like
a club.
You bring him to a club. Cause he would explode. His head would explode.
Like, what is this nonsense?
He was like, "How did her butt get that big?" He would, his mind would be blown.
The FDA, they're putting something in the food.
Yo, his mind would have been blown.
Oh my gosh.
He wouldn't have been able to believe it.
Last final joke I have is when Mr. Krabs fails at the trivia for...
Oh, yeah, to see who's the real Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Krabs, and he just goes, pass. And
yeah. Right.
That was pretty funny.
Like, how do you not know your own rules? The question to your own rules.
Right. Even when he loses, Plankton's like, "Thank you, Sponge Dupe."
Yeah.
I'm just
right.
Like, wow.
Yeah, that was one. Actually, that would be something else that I would change too, bro.
Make SpongeBob more self-aware.
Nah, man. Plankton.
What?
You had the formula.
He should have dipped. He should have been, "I'll be in my quarters."
Right, or they could have made that like a part 2 episode.
100%. He was also taking forever when he's like, "Oh, those secret formulas in this bottle," and then he was like taking his sweet.
Oh yeah, right. Like, grab it and go.
Exactly, just dip.
Man, he fumbled the bag on that one.
This is definitely one of Plankton's moments where it's just like you might have went to college, but
you right, you still dumb.
Yo, any final thoughts?
One last joke. They found what's the name? SpongeBob found out he made a mistake, and then he tried to go find Mr. Krabs after he sprayed him with the tartar sauce hose, and then he's like in a bed of like French fries and like what?
It was like fries
and a
I don't
shake.
know.
And like what was that?
It looked good. I'm not gonna lie. Some crab meat with some fries.
It was like a giant novelty.
It's a lunch special.
Right. Right. It was like a lunch special, lunch special tray or whatever.
I'm all about it. Some crab meat with some fries.
And then you see Mr. Krabs in the bed of food, and then it's Hans. It's Hans from the
the doctor
from the Sun, right, from the Suds episode.
He was on his lunch break.
He had Hans. So if you don't know what Hans is, who Hans is, it's just the big old human hand that comes into the water and like it just did random stuff. Like he's in about 4 episodes.
Heels. How are you gonna say to our viewers you don't know who Hans is? He's the one who moves our logo into place in the beginning of the episode.
Hey, just if anybody didn't notice, or this is their first time ever watching SpongeBob or whatever.
For real.
So yeah, so Hans has a fork, and he's like trying to grab Mr. Krabs.
He's trying to eat him.
And he's like,
Mr. Krabs is fighting with the fry. He's using the fries like a sword, like, back, you hungry man.
Back. Yo, what accent is Hans? What accent is that for
it's
Hans?
Like French. I'd say French. More French.
Whoa, that is not French.
You don't think so?
Nah. I'm Dutch, maybe. Cause think about other episode. The same voice is like, "Yeah, buns and thighs."
That's not Hans though.
It's not Hans, but that's the same voice.
It's the same voice, but
and then he does. Actually, he doesn't speak in the Doctor episode, the Suds episode.
Nah. He
he
does. He says,
what does he
"Here's
say?
your lollipop."
Right, that ain't French.
Oh,
That might be Dutch or a Swedish accent.
Let's see.
Or Switzerland. Cause like because when you hear him in this episode, he's like, yum, yum. trying to grab Mr. Krabs.
I'm trying to see what. Yeah, no.
So
They don't have. They don't have like.
what accent that would be?
Yeah, like he has a whole Wikipedia page.
But it doesn't say what accent. That's crazy.
It doesn't say what access. No.
But I mean, it's got to be Netherlands. It's got to be Netherlands type. It's not France. Because they would have played. They would have played up the Frenchness of it.
Yeah, I can see the Netherlands. I know they do play out the Frenchness in the Doodle Bob episode when he's drawing and everything, and it's the artist when he loses the pencil.
Ooh, I don't remember any French.
The dude on the boat, he's wearing like a brigade, or I think, or baguette. What is it now?
Beret?
A beret, yeah. There.
Oh yeah.
When he's drawing.
Nah, wait, is that a beret or is that card like an artist?
Or is it an artist guy? When we get, I think that episode, when we get to it, we'll confirm.
Yeah.
All right. Any final thoughts?
Nah, that's it, man.
All right.
Classic episode.
I'm telling you, solid one. I'm telling you, good premise.
Yeah.
Good comedy episode. Solid mix. Season 2. Stick with us.
Yes.
Until next time. This is Jared.
This Keels.
Another episode of Bikini Bottom Banter in the bag.
Thanks for tuning in to another fantastic episode of Bikini Bottom Banter. Don't forget to follow Bikini Bottom Banter on TikTok and Instagram for even more content. Subscribe to them on YouTube and Anchor, plus turn on bell notifications to be updated on their latest episode. And if you've got your own jellyfishing stories or favorite SpongeBob moments, remember to share them with us. You might just hear them on our next episode. So until then, stay bubbly, keep smiling, and remember, subscribe to Bikini Bottom Banter to know all the under the sea.